a broken car horn. Just a timbre thing, not a...
I'm sorry.
Okay, wait, start with your... I don't know what's going on here, but maybe more like, yeah, and then you come see... So I don't know what's going to happen here, is you're going to throw something. So start with your hands level. That's why you do the half circles, so your hands can start in the same position, but you're still crescendo. You guys need to play exactly what she shows you, because it will reinforce it subconsciously. You don't know that that's what's happening, but you're learning subconsciously and consciously, hopefully most of you. Okay, so some of you are doing the half circle and some of you aren't. What did he say?
He told us to go out because we're going to get bigger, so we need to get out of the way of the time, is what I...
Okay, well that makes sense. Not hitting yourself is usually a good thing.
Balloon shape or possibly figure eight if you were to continue.
Yeah.
That's what
If you continue to circle at the bottom, it would be a figure eight.
Like you go out and then down your arm.
Yeah.
But balloon shape, he said that too.
Yeah.
He did say balloon shape,
Balloon shape.
which means we have to.
I got how to
Yeah.
balloon shape.
Yeah.
I guess.
All right.
Well,
Well, that would explain Beth's broken heart. Okay. All right. Well, do it again. But you did initially. You went straight up and down. So he will be looking for some sort of curvature.
Okay.
Yeah, and there can be a little bit of difference, but this looks like it's very extreme. Yeah, see, this is what you're getting. Your right hand is descending as your left hand is ascending, and that's probably not, yeah?
Do we have to start with our hands even, or can we?
I would say when we do it in master class, he likes our hands to be even.
Okay.
I mean, that's why you go up and around, is that way you're still going up, but you have more space instead of just straight up. You'll run out of, because a straight line is shorter than a curve.
Is it alright if like we start with our hand at our side?
I do not know.
It depends if it sounds good or not.
Yeah.
You're being filmed doing this.
Okay, your right hand needs to be doing what your left hand is as well. This is your piano. And then you got down to piano at the end. So start out smaller with your right hand.
Also, you drifted higher.
Yeah,
and higher and higher with
you're
your right
pretty,
hand.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need to work on your decrescendo.
Okay.
You're just what happened was you flipped over really fast and then you went like this.
And I came down.
Yeah. All right, number one.
Start measure 3, be softer, and your style transition happened early. So your prep for that first note was like kapow. It's got to be the same thing as all all the rest of them. Yeah, once you were into it, it was fine, but the prep was large.
Jamie, can you shut that door?
And then coming out of beat 1 in measure 4, there's still a moment where the baton freezes on the top. And what's happening is you're making beat 1, and then you're pulling legato, and so you're getting length on that note that you don't want. So you have to rebound fully, and then just let it kind of float back down to beat 2. Start measure 3 one more time.
You're still not convinced that the first beat is actually staccato. The first beat all by itself is staccato. You don't worry about beat 2 until bam. The first 4 looked okay, but then the beat 1 was more like la instead of chick. And then also you're swiping across to try to get that accent instead of chick. Like pull up and in and then come down. And even maybe you might want to make it more vertical. Horizontal is not the way to get accents. Okay, measure 3. Nope.
Nope.
Just do the first 5 notes. Yep, that's what you do. And then from there you do legato. And then you have to work on the accent still, but that's closer. 2. Watch your video, turn down the sound, and sing what you see, and then compare it to what you wrote. Because you have to. It's the exact same thing in the 3rd measure of the previous line. It's happening here, so it has to be staccato. And then your fortes, you're not getting fortes because your pianos are not pianos.
Okay.
Your rebound off of the accent is not a full rebound. You're making a full rebound, it should not be a full rebound because the next note's not accented. So you're going 1, 2, 3, and this looks like it's going to be an accent, but then you're like, oh wait, no, it's really not. So 1, 2, 3. Yep.
Okay. That line again.
Showing the forte on the release of beat 4 in measure 2, because that's your prep for the forte.
And another thing that will help you is if you breathe in the style that you like. If you breathe and then conduct really teeny, they'll still play forte because they're trained. Big breath means forte, so that will really, really help you. Everything else was much clearer though that time. All right. The first measure was great, and then I think you got a lost in the pattern in measure 2. At least that's what it felt like. And then after that, it was like, ah. And then, you know, you got it back for the legato. But your beat 3 of measure 3 was not as precise as you wanted because you're swiping across instead of pulling up and making sure you beat. This motion right here is not useful. It needs to be a down and pulling out. And I'm seeing this swiping, this horizontal swiping going on, you know, frequently. It should be more of an arc for legato. Yeah, you want it super horizontal, but if you're starting here and ending here, that's not horizontal, that's a slanty line. So go down, beat it, and pull either up or to the side, but swiping diagonally down is not helpful. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, now you just have to get the dynamics and the transition to the staccato, but other than that, that was better.
Okay.
Did you hear that it was better?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.